Well, Ivan, I received your task, but I didn't have time to look into it attentively. Yeah, and Vladislav, I haven't received your task
Yes,
yet.
I'll send you today.
Okay. Well, and where are the others? You don't know? Oh, those who are absent. Yeah, because others who are here. Yeah, not. You don't know. Okay, you do not communicate a lot in a group. You can say head student, like head teacher. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Then I will see them all at the end of the semester. Tears in their eyes, asking to give them a mark. Yeah. Yes, it's good that now I have a button. I just can switch it off and that's okay. Well, so I asked the question about his task, and he told me about APA style and IEEE style, and I'd like to discuss that with you together. So, did you notice the difference between the styles, Vladislav? What did
The main difference between citation styles, I think, it's the area which style will be used.
Yeah, it depends on the area, yeah, where it is used. And quite often, if it happens so that you will have to write a scientific article and then to publish it somewhere, they always have these requirements to the article, and they will tell exactly which style they need, and they even give you the link to the example how you have to write references or how you have to cite works within your article. Yeah. If we speak about your sphere, well, APA is very widespread nowadays, but quite often in psychology, social sciences, in philology, yeah, they also ask APA style. And in your sphere of interest, I suppose it's IEEE, yeah? Am I right? Yeah.
Mostly.
Mostly, yeah, mostly. Okay, so Vladislav, what else can you say about each style? Some general characteristics, because it's certainly you will not remember where to put a dot or a comma or things like that, because it's really complicated. I don't remember them either, so every time I have to write an article, I have to consult all these reference books and pages. So in general.
Зараз.
Okay, you don't remember that, yeah? Ivan, do you? What remembers? I know. Oh my God. Well, I think in 2 pages we'll have this APA style in our textbook again. So we'll get back to it. We can skip it now. You will remember it later on. But triple E is not described in your copy in your textbook. That is why we have to discuss it. So, boys, no idea on the questionnaires? Yeah? Kostya, can you repeat it, please, one more time for boys to remember?
In text, it highlights with square brackets and number in which order they appear in text.
So in brackets, yeah, in square brackets, you have just number one, yeah, and then it can even start with letter W or something like that, because it's the first in the text, yeah. It will be at the end under the number 1. Okay, and then what about the reference list? How we write all the books and other things?
in order of their appearance, square brackets with number, and then name, year, pages was what we must.
Well, when it is APA style, you don't need to write all the information about the book or conference paper or something like that. But here you will have to write everything. Volume, number, pages, the year, everything. Yes, so you give all possible information about the article, the paper, the book. But in book also they do not give the number of pages, but they give the where it is published, yeah, for example, Pearson or something like that, and the year of publication at the end. Okay, well, do you have any questions about citations? No? No, it's really complicated, yeah, and you need to consult it every time you are going to write your scientific paper. Because, you know, the requirements are changing all the time. Well, so let's continue with our book then. So this is our book, and page 13, as far as I remember, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, this is it. Well, exercise 4, Vladislav, can you start doing it, please?
Yes, the first definition is proof. It means show that something is true.
Okay. Well,
The
continue.
second is anecdote. It means a short, interesting story about a real event.
Okay, and do you have the same word in our language? Anecdote. Yeah, so our anecdote is a joke in English. Yeah, so this is a false friend we translate and don't mix them up. And what's the difference in meaning? What is different? That anecdote in English?
True story.
Yes, yes, it's a real event. It is interesting. It can be funny, but it is real. Yeah, this is the main difference. And in our language, we have jokes, which are quite often far-fetched. Yeah, they are not real. Okay, let's stop. Can you continue?
The third definition is cure.
Cure.
Cure. It means make healthy again after illness.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth is remission. It means when a disease disappears, so the condition improves.
Okay, thank you. Kostya, will you continue, please?
A therapist, it's J, a person who treats physical or mental illness. Correlate, it's E, have a connection between two or more things. Conventional, it's A, always behaving in a traditional or normal way. And treatment, it's F, to use of medicine or medical care to help people recover from illness.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Well, exercise 5, did you listen to the recording?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Of course, that's good. So, Ivan, what are the opinions of these 3 medical students? Agrees, yeah? Agrees. Useless. Huh? Okay. Miriam. Mm-hmm. Evidence, yeah, scientific evidence to prove, yeah, to prove that. Okay, so she's skeptical about it, yeah. Well, which speaker has strong views on the subject, Vladislav?
Is it the second question? Or
Yeah, it's second question.
Uh,
Which speaker has strong views on the subject?
I think Lee has strong views on the subject.
Yes, you're right. So we can understand from some phrases that can help us identify speakers' opinions, yeah? They can be assertive, so we understand that the person is certain. Okay. Question number 3, which speakers have more moderate views?
Sunil, because he undecided between he for all evidence or he must relate to anecdotal story. So he not have so strong views, he moderate.
Okay. Well, let's say 6. I think that you can say that, for example, Sunil did this, and that. Yeah, not like read a sentence and say the name. Just try to make it like a story about the person. Vladislav, will you?
Yes. Summarizes Dr. Hall's views. Sunil thinks there is evidence that alternative medicine works. Lee claims to have an aunt card cured by an alternative therapy. Lee also doesn't approve of anecdotal evidence. Miriam says we should keep an open mind on the issue. Lee,
How do you decide that?
Sanil mentions a correlation between
Vladislav, how do you understand keep an open mind?
keep an open mind, невизначеність, мабуть.
No, I don't think so. Kostya, what do you think about this phrase?
Be ready to hear another alternative point of view.
Yeah, so listen to other opinions, yeah? Don't close your mind in a box, just open it and try to understand other people's views. Okay, so 6 is...
6 is Lee, and 7th is Miriam.
Yeah, okay. Well, the task was a little bit different, but it's okay. We checked that. I have one more question. In the audio, one of the speakers said there does seem to be, and evidence or something like that, about this does, what it does in this place, in this sentence. How to understand it? There does seem, it's not a question, yeah? It's not a negative sentence. Why do we have this does? Who knows? Have you heard of it? No? Yes, it was in the audio, yeah. But I can give a different example. For example, he did answer. Kind of. Well, if we want to translate that, we don't have some grammar structures in Ukrainian language that will help us with that, but we can use some lexical means. And it will be дійсно, насправді, так і є. So when we say he answered, it's neutral, yeah? So we asked the question, he answered, what's the problem? But if we say he did answer, it means that we even didn't expect, but he did. We are either surprised or we just want to emphasize it, yeah? That is why in this audio, when he said there does seem to be some evidence, it means that he tries to persuade other people, yeah? He is certain about that. Perhaps Miriam said that there is no proof, and he said there does seem to be some evidence, yeah? So he just wants to make her change her mind, yeah? Well, Дійсно, так. Угу. Не обов'язково «the». Да? Просто це сама конструкція, допоміжне дієслово, do, does або did, і звичайне дієслово інфінітив без цього. Да? You do know, так, ви дійсно знаєте, ви усвідомлюєте, так, це підкреслити його. Okay, so here in this table you have some phrases that can, on the one hand, help you identify the speaker's opinion, or it can help you be more assertive. Perhaps it's not a good idea to be defensive, yeah? And sometimes you should be neutral. So the phrases for you to remember. Okay. Well, this one. So this is a short text from university website, yeah? Do you have any vocabulary that is unfamiliar for you? No?
No.
No, everything's clear. Okay. So what is the main finding of the research, Kostya?
They find correlation between fitness and academic performance.
And what are exact correlations?
What?
What are exact correlations? Because they explain, yeah? Even in the title, physically fit students get better grades.
Oh.
So how do you understand that?
Maybe positive correlation.
Yeah, positive correlation. Yeah, so if you do sports, then you have better grades. Okay, 6 questions. Vladislav, did you write 6 questions?
Yes.
Okay. Boys, you will try to answer these questions. Ivan, you'll be the first victim.
How often should you exercise?
Ivan, can you answer the question? Uh-huh. Okay. Sit-ups. You do sit-ups. Okay. Well, it can work out for abdomen, yeah, for abs, or yeah, sit-ups if you really sit up, you know, because sometimes you can lift your legs. In the English language, they just describe the procedure itself. They don't have this. Yes. Yeah, it's like that. Well, and you know, in Russian language there was a joke about that. Что ты делаешь? Пресс качай. Дай ссылку, я тоже скачаю. Unfortunately, you cannot translate it in English, yeah? And yeah, fortunately or unfortunately. You know, sometimes we have to translate jokes. Yeah, if we have this international company and they want to know what you're speaking about, yeah, and then this joke, what you should do with this joke. Sometimes it's really impossible to translate. You have just to explain, yeah. There is a play of words, downloading and doing apps is the same, yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Well, next question, Vladislav, to Kostya.
What sports are the most beneficial?
Beneficial for what? For health?
Yes,
for
health.
Okay, for health.
For average human, it's probably like just standard walking, aerobic that have use all muscles. For average people, it's give most benefits. Like
Okay. Well, Vladislav, next question to Ivan.
Should all universities have their own sport ground or sport center? Should all universities have?
Or is it a waste of money? You think they should have? And how often did you go to these sports facilities in our university? Yes, yeah, they should. Okay, that's really good. And do you go to do push-ups after you lose the game in a gym, or do you do it at home? Okay. Well, Vladislav, hello, Philip. Glad to see you. Vladislav asks questions, and boys are trying to answer, so you'll be the next.
How does this topic relate to people with disabilities?
Philip, it's about physically fit students get better grades, yeah, and additional questions to podcast. So this is question for you to answer.
Which one?
Vladislav, can you repeat, please?
How does this topic relate to people with disabilities?
I guess it could relate in form that some people with disabilities, due to having less opportunities to do physical activities, may do some more intellectual activities instead, do some more self-education maybe, and thus maybe sometimes they can be more, they may have better grades maybe.
Well, but does it mean that if a disabled person cannot train, yeah, they cannot do sports, they will not be able to get better grades? Are they doomed?
That doesn't sound very logical.
Okay. Well, next question to Kostya.
Is it better to exercise alone or in a group?
It's question mostly about how can you to force self to start this exercise. If you can, if you more concentrate self and be alone, it can be better. But in groups, it can be more playing sports like football, basketball, or something, or it can be just more funny and easier to repeat it. So it
Yeah,
depends.
Yeah, you feel more motivated, yeah, and you want to seem better than you are in reality. That's why you will do your best in the gym, yeah? Okay. Well, Vladislav, are you here with us?
Yes.
Yeah, your question to Ivan. The last one.
The last question is, do you need to work out with a trainer or alone?
Wouldn't mind, yeah. I wouldn't mind to train with a coach. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you look at people in the gym, you think that they really need a trainer, yeah, because they do things that can be even dangerous to their health. To exercise, yeah, correctly, what to think correctly. Okay, yeah. And it's really pity when the person takes weight, yeah, close to 10 kilos, and then starts just bending to the right, to the left with it. So this is killing their back. It's awful. Okay, yeah. So, but they don't want to waste money, yeah, because they think that trainers are too expensive. Okay, but it's worth it, yeah. Yeah, it's possible, yeah. Okay. Well, question, do you have your questions? Are they different from
My
Vladislav's?
questions mostly statistical, like is just correlation. Not it could be reason to believe it's causation or form of graph. So it's I'm not sure that somebody can answer it.
Yeah, so nobody can answer, but it is connected with the podcast, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ivan, and do you have any questions the boys can answer? Without doing sports. Philip, can you give a piece of advice to Ivan how he can lose weight? Philip, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so what can you advise?
To be honest, I don't think it's real without doing sports. I think it's an essential part.
Okay. No, eat less, yeah, especially less sugar. Okay, and are there sweets? Cookies, chocolate? Okay. Well, so let's continue exercise 2. Yeah, 2 reasons why students may not be healthy. Philip, what can you say about that?
Maybe one of the reasons is that they spend too much time studying, so they're sitting still while studying, so they have less time for physical activities. And the other reason may be that they actually don't study and being lazy, and when they are lazy, they are probably lazy to do everything else, including like exercising. So in both cases, they have poor health.
Okay, but what else was mentioned in the audio? Because sitting at their desks or computers, it was mentioned, yeah. And the second reason that was in the audio, in recording, who remembers?
Very poor
I'm not sure.
diet.
Yeah, very poor diet. Yeah, so they can eat lots of carbohydrates, for example, yeah, and not enough vitamins, minerals, and other things that are useful for the health. Well, do you think that our students have the same problems? Especially with our lifestyle nowadays, yeah, that we stay at home, we have lessons online. Yeah, all day long. Okay. Yeah, even some students manage to be late for the classes every time we have classes. How is it possible? It doesn't matter when we start the class, they are always late. I remember the time when we had lessons at university, and it was the case because we had to run from the second building to the fourth And it was the last floor in the second and last floor in the fourth. So we were fit at the time, you know, but we sometimes were late because 10 minutes is not enough to get from one building to another. But now when you have just to press the button and you are at the lesson, I cannot understand that, you know. And when I ask, when I ask students, why are you always late? And they say, it's only 10 minutes late. Instead of saying that I'm sorry, I'm late. No, they just, it's a disaster, I suppose, you know. Okay, well, exercise 3, true or false, and you have to prove that. Okay, Kostya, will you start, please?
The tests were carried out at the University of California in the year 2000. It's false, it's partly true, because true about university, but year false. It's wrong year.
Okay, well, Vladislav, number 2.
The study showed that unfit and overweight students had lower scores in math, reading, and language test. It's true.
Well, why do you think it is the case? Maybe it is connected with something else? Maybe it is not connected only with doing sports.
Mm. It can be hobbies.
It's about the hobbies. Okay, Ivan, what do you think? Yeah, modern world nowadays, yeah. But if they are unfit and they are overweight, it means that they are lazy. Yeah, that is why they have low scores, not because they do not do sports. They just don't find time for themselves, for their health, and for their studies. Yeah, it might be the case. A better person, yeah, a better version of themselves. Okay. Well, Philippe, next.
The next one is
3. The results show the correlation between
3.
fitness and diet.
Yeah, true.
Which results show that?
That being on a diet is likely. Being on a diet helps to be fit.
Okay, that wasn't in the audio, I'm afraid. Did you listen to it?
I did, but I don't remember it really good.
Don't remember that. Okay, yeah, but
Maybe I can miss something.
this one is false. Yeah, so not these results. If they use the definite article, that means that the results of their investigation.
Yeah, right.
But here it's not the case. But it can be interrelated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow, somewhere. Well, Vladislav, number 4.
Researchers don't know the reasons why exercise helps the brain. It's true.
And I remember my teacher at school, a physical training teacher at school, and she said that if blood is at your brain, then you can learn poems better. So stand on your head while learning poems. Crazy person. So she knew about this correlation, you know, and this research didn't find anything. Okay, Ivan, next one. That's true. Okay, and Kostya, the last one.
Also, students who are interviewed find exercise helpful for their studies. It's false, only Flavia find it helpful.
Okay. Well, Sometimes people feel more energetic after exercise, even if they are tired, yeah, because of work, but then they exercise and they feel fresh after that, and they can continue studying. That is why it might be really helpful. Well, in 4, it's about notes, writing notes. How often do you do that? Do you write notes during the lectures? Ivan, do you? But the video is long and the notes are short, you know? Okay, well. But here they want you to learn how to write notes, how to get rid of the information which is not necessary. Let's try to do that. Oh, you did it at home, yeah? So Vladislav, can you tell us how it is better to write notes?
The notes consist full sentence and unnecessary information.
Okay.
Don't provide exact information about the place where the tests were carried out. Can shorten familiar words for quick writing. That's all.
Okay, but now we have these notes which are written incorrectly, yeah, because we have some additional information. Tasmania, which is a small island of the south coast of Australia. Who needs that information? Nobody needs that, yeah. So how can you make it better? Well, let's ask Kostya. Can you correct it, please?
I write it like study course Australia, Tasmania by Dwyer and Co. 2001 year.
You don't need the word year, yeah. If you want year, then it's the year of 2001. We don't put year after the year, the number, yeah. So just 2001, that's enough. Okay.
And continue.
Yeah, because it's only
and result is correlation between academic preference and fitness. 7,500, maybe 7,500 children, between 7 to 15 years old. Data from questions and tests about physical activity. Academic preference was measured from 1 to 5 points.
Okay, so what else you can do? You can write some abbreviations, yeah? You can shorten the words even. For example, academic performance can be like ACAD-PERF or even EC-PERF because you know what this topic is about, yeah? And you will understand it later on. Then 15 years old, 7 to 15 years old, you can say just aged, 7 to 15. Quite often you can see that phrase while reading about some surveys, and they write about different age groups, and then they sometimes don't write years old. It's better for them to write aged 7 to 15. Okay, yeah. Well, I think that's good. Any other suggestions? Maybe have other ideas you would like to share with us? No? No. Okay. Well, when you say, but it's about notes, yeah, it's about taking notes. They're written. Yeah, and these are Americans. They say 2020. They like it. But British, they normally don't do that. Okay, well, before we go further, oh no, no, I suppose we'll finish with that and then I'll give you one more task. So we will not do this one. You listen to it, you remember everything from this audio, I suppose. So what are the main conclusions of the study? Let's discuss them. Philip, can you answer the question, please?
Main conclusions of the study. It could be that physical activities are very important for students to study better, to get better grades,
Mm-hmm.
and to be, in general, staying fit. It helps while studying.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, question number 2, Vladislav, why do you think fit students get better grades?
Because people who do exercises more are more систематизированы, как перевести?
I would say organized.
Organized.
Yeah. I'd say their life is more organized. Like people
Yes.
can we say people are organized? I think. No.
Yes, people are organized. They know how to
Okay,
manage their time. Yeah, they do everything fast.
Okay.
Yeah, they are organized. Yeah, the life and people both can be organized. Yeah. Okay, that's all.
That's all.
So, no correlation between standing on your head and doing some tasks. Okay. And did you find the answers to the 6 questions you wrote in exercise 1? Costa, did you find? Because you asked about statistics, yeah?
Unfortunately, no, I didn't
Unfortunately,
find.
no. Okay, well. And our references, yeah, again, we return to them. We started the lesson with them. It's your homework. Philip, don't forget about your homework. You need to send those tasks because this is the part of your mark.
In Moodle, right?
You can do it in Moodle, yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, okay.
3 tasks, and next will be the 4th. It's also in Moodle, you can find it. Okay,
Yeah, okay.
Here we have APA style, yeah? Let's look at it. What information is included in each type of reference? So when we speak about book and we write the reference to a book, we state author, year, title, publishing house, yeah? What about newspaper? What is stated here? Ivan, will you tell us? You can see study skill, yeah, here, referencing, yeah, and they give you some tips. So you have just to analyze. The book is done here. Can you see it? So this is about the book, yeah. So the first is author, yeah, authors in this case, yeah. And now newspaper. Author. Publication, yeah. No, Gulf Daily News, this is the newspaper. This is the title of the newspaper. No, it's like, for example, The Economist or, I don't know, Ukrainian. We had MIG, newspaper MIG in Zaporizhia. So this is just the name of the newspaper, the title of your newspaper, yeah? And natural gas production to rise, it's about the name of the article. Yeah, so there is the author, Darvish. He wrote the article. Well, you don't get the idea, yeah? You don't understand? This is the title. The title of the article in the newspaper, yeah? Imagine the newspaper, there are several articles there, yeah? And Certainly there are certain authors there. So when you need to use the newspaper as your reference in your research paper, you will write it like that according to APA style, yeah? So you will write the author, then the date of publishing, certainly with the date, because newspapers can be issued every week or even every day. Then the title of the article written by Darvish, and then the name of the newspaper where this article appeared. Okay. Yeah. Do you need to write your research paper at the end of getting a master's degree next year, next semester? Because our translators, they have to write and they defend their research paper in December. So they need to write these references and they need to remember how to write it correctly. Now here we see there is a comma after the surname, yeah, before the name, but in other citation styles, they do not have a comma. That is why it's really complicated. This is the most difficult part of the message. No, you shouldn't. You should be aware of it. Yeah, and when you write your research paper, you should consult all the reference materials in order to write it correctly. Because when our students finish, then there is one responsible person who checks the correctness of all the references, and it can take several weeks for them to write everything correctly. You remember this process? Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Version. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, well, but maybe the person gets tired of you and decides, okay, I'll sign this paper. Let him go. Okay, well, then journal. Kostya, will you speak about journal?
Firstly, author, then year, then title, then name of journal, and is this part of pages or what is 24?
The number of the journal, because you know that newspapers usually do not have numbers, they have only the date when they were issued, yeah. And if it's a journal, scientific journal, then normally they have these numbers. It's number 24 or number 3 only this year, yeah. So this is the number. Okay, and then
pages.
and pages. Okay. Well, sometimes it can be about a chapter if they have some chapters, or a volume. If a journal has several volumes, then the number and the volume can be stated here. Okay, and Philip, can you speak about the website?
Website author, year, title, date of retrieving, and URL.
And the year, yeah, date, and the URL. Okay, yeah, the link. Okay, well, in exercise 2, you have to write it correctly. So can you do it in the chat box, please? Only 3 of them, not a lot, not like in your research paper. You can set one by one, not all three of them. No, you have to do all three of them, but you can send one, then next one, and then next one. So I will check while you're writing the next one. Ivan Campbell, it was also a surname. Because you see, comma and then T, this is his name, yeah. So it's not today and Campbell, yeah. It's like in Kostya's, you can see it before your message, yeah. Should be like that. Well, Kostya, until 1990, after 1997, you have to put a dot after the bracket. Is this correct? Vladislav, well done. Philip, and where is your message? Why so? You're not writing, you're typing. I suppose you should be doing that really fast, no? Okay, Philip, also after the year and the bracket, you need to put a full stop, yeah?
Yeah, right. I'm typing from a phone, so I'm quite slow, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have never typed in French or in German. You know that's here we have. Uh-huh. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well then, Ivan, why did you put all these slashes there? No, in the text they put slashes just to show that these are different words. But when you write, no. No, just look how the voice did it. Yeah, so it would be like that without any slashes. And you put it at the end. It's not correct. And you see that the year should be after the names. Yeah, the author's name. Uh, okay, so when uh, you have two authors, yeah? When you have two authors, you have to put ends between them. And you have Fantoni and Gale, two authors, so end should be between them. Look at Vladislav's or Philippe's way of writing that. You'll understand how it should be done, yeah? So we can see that some of the mistakes that you missed dots, now not only from telephone, from computers also, because sometimes it's really hard to notice them. Be really careful and attentive if you need to write these references in the future. Okay, well, Ivan, with some training, you will do better. Okay, well, exercise 3. Do you have difficulty in finding information on topics, and how can you overcome this? Kostya, what can you tell us about that?
If exercise 3 first question, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It concerns any topic, yeah? So it's not about references, it's not about health now, yeah? Any topics.
It's gonna be difficult if it's like very specific niche topics and very few resources, or they can be or write in very scientific language, like when in some, I don't know, paleogenetics journal with a lot of chemistry, it can be difficult to find and understood or what they mean by this. But if it's more useful topics, then can be easier, or you can just maybe rephrase or make one step to abstract it and find something connected with it to find references to your main topic. Something like that.
Okay, have you noticed that recently it has become really difficult to find some relevant information, both in ChatGPT or in Google in the search engine?
If we talk about ChatGPT, it's very rely on prompts, and if you write prompts, then it can be more correctly, or if you use more modern version like ChatGPT 4 that have access to new data before April 2023. And if Google, it's hard because, like, especially in medicines, it seems, because many people just write something and without any proofs, evidences, and you must by yourself define this information and find additional points to this theme and decide what can be more correct.
Okay. But I don't know why it seems to me that the information which is irrelevant appears faster and on first pages when you try to search for it. It only seems, or it has always been like that?
If it's updating field, then just too many information and too many people via internet can work about information. So something can really fast to evolve, construct additional new ideas, or find something uncorrected, unright. So
Okay.
it's because much more informational and more people can work with this information. So all processes just go faster, faster, and faster.
Okay. Well, have you heard about this meeting of 28 countries, representatives of 28 countries in Britain, where they spoke about the dangers of artificial intelligence? If you're interested, you can read in more detail. They even signed some declaration. They are
Yes,
going to
and
fight. Yeah, you heard, Kostya? Yeah?
I heard, and they even asked to regulate video cards to their open bind, regulate some chips to China or different any countries, and to slow learning training of models like to half of year or something. Yeah, because part of even scientists are afraid of too fast progression in last years. However, many of leading scientific and engineers in neural neurons
Neuronet, yeah,
ne-
network, yeah.
neural networks, yes, so talked against these
Precautions.
precautions, and that it can be fine, but big company now more regulative and sometimes more censoring.
Censoring, yeah, censoring. Well, but do you think it is possible to slow down the process?
It just can be not slowing at all, but slowing for open masses.
Open
However,
access.
even when ChatGPT tries to publish some of new models, people just fine-tune, they learn own local network by answers of ChatGPT-4 and get a very precise copy of it. And so I don't think that we can slow
Slow it
but
down, yeah.
next problem that big models, again, like GPTs, need very much of power, even electricity. They bills like thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars or something like. Someone tell that they need mini reactors to learn train new models. This can be a problem, and video cards on which models training also they must be more powerful and much more count. So we just can зіштовхнутися, як це буде. английское.
We can face the
Faced
problem.
with technical problems of new models that to train them. But again, with some fine-tuning, when we find new, like architecture or methods, then people just can train longer or more compact filtered networks. Then they can also have power of big models, but with many less energy and power needed to functionate or train
To function properly, yeah.
function.
Okay, thank you. Well, getting back to our sources and references, how can you be sure that your sources are reliable? Philip, any ideas?
Reliable. What was the question again? About
It's question
reliable.
2 in exercise 3. How can you be sure your sources are reliable? So when you write a research paper, you need to analyze previous
Oh,
works,
right,
yeah?
Yeah. I think it depends mostly on the experience about, like, some sources have already renowned names, like, and so their authority and is quite more or less confirmed. So you don't really question. I mean, you still question what's written there, but it's more or less reliable. And if it's not, then it requires like more fact checking. I guess so.
Okay, yeah. And if you pay for resources, they should be reliable, yeah? And
Yeah,
if it's
obviously.
not, then you have to double check. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but next question I think is not interesting for you because you're not writing any research paper at the moment, yeah? Okay, well, I prepared the task for you and let's try to do it. The task is with gaps. So you have some sentences and some words are missing. These are the words from our textbook. Okay, can you see that? Well, so try to guess which word is missing. You see the gaps, yeah, and this is the vocabulary that was it was used in your textbook.
Is there one certain word in every gap, or different
Well,
words?
sometimes no, there are different words here, and sometimes even not only one word.
Yeah, I see.
Because there are no options. Yes, you should think. Yeah, it's a good idea to sometimes, you know. Okay, let's try to do it together. Find evidence. But you see, evidence from various sources bolstered the case. So evidence is a subject and bolster is a verb, yeah? It cannot be find, it cannot be verb in the first
Be
position.
scientific.
Scientific evidence, it can be, yeah. Any other ideas? So when we speak about additional information, do you remember which word we can use in the sense of additional? No? Okay, I'll tell you. I'll send it in the chat box. It's complementary. Like complete, yeah, complementary. If you write this word with the I, compliment, it will be about good words you say to a person to flatter or just to praise the work or the appearance, yeah. And if it is written with E, compliment, then it means to add some information. Okay, number 2, she shared. What could she have shared from her childhood? Like what kind of not history but story? Yeah, what kind of story? It's a real story. Yes, anecdote. Yeah, compelling. It means something that attracts your attention. Yeah, and if it is anecdote and it attracts your attention, it is either funny or I don't know, something interesting. Okay, he decided to.
Delegate.
Delegate. Okay, there is one more synonym we had. Do you remember when we spoke about taking the floor, holding the floor, and then giving the words to others? So which word we can use here? No, no. Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, hand over. Okay. Next one. During the heated debate, she skillfully managed to and present her arguments effectively. So what did she manage to do? Heated debate, don't forget. In debates, they always want to interrupt, yeah, but she was so skilled.
To hold the floor.
Yes, hold the floor. Yeah, she managed to hold the floor. Okay, next one. The study's findings have significant something for future research in the field. That was the first word we discussed with you during the beginning of the previous lesson. The synonym is the results, consequences. No, it starts with I. Let's play a handman. Hot potato, Vladislav. Catch hot potato. So the first letter is I, and it means consequences. Which word should be inserted here? Then Vladislav with hot potato, he doesn't know what to say either. I suppose it was Philip who described this word previous time. Philip, do you remember it?
I'm not sure. I think I remember, but I'm not exactly sure, so I won't say.
Yeah, there was this word, I asked the meaning of it, and you said it's consequences. So you knew the word, but now you cannot think of it. So the beginning is im. No? Okay, next letter. Next letter. No. It's close. It's close. L. Yeah, it was L. Implication. Yeah, implication. Yeah, you guessed. Then the team worked tirelessly to ensure they would the deadline. It should be easy. What can they do with the deadline? But they worked tirelessly. They wanted to do what? No. To do something and then deadline, yeah? Щоб забезпечити, що вони що зроблять.
Meet.
Meet, yes, Kostya, meet the deadline. Yeah, so when they manage to do it on time, yeah, it's meet the deadline. Okay. Yeah, to manage to do it on time. On time, exactly at the time which is stated. Yeah, in time, it's just not to be late, and that's all. Okay, we have 4 sentences and we have no time. Yeah, so I will send perhaps this task in your chat, yeah, in Telegram, and you will think a little bit over the last 4 sentences. 3 sentences. Okay, well, what you do for the next time, it's page 17,19. You don't need 18 this time. And in Moodle, it is task 4, and I will send that in Telegram also. You will have to watch a video about plagiarism. And then you will have to speak about academic integrity at our university. So there would be this video about academic integrity in a different university. You will listen and then try to compare with our university. Okay? Yes, I will send it. So it is already in Moodle, but I will send also in the chat in Telegram. Okay. Do you have any other questions? No? No. Okay, if questions arise, you can write them in Telegram. So wish you good luck, have a good day and evening, and see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.